Hello everybody, I am Miguel Marzal and in this presentation I'm talking about the wall between the walls, particularly about the didactic unit that I have developed from this topic. I'm talking about 6 main points: introduction, the organization of the unit around the 4 C's, the teaching objectives, also the learning objectives, the Commons quadrant as a frame for the design of tasks, and finally about the assessment. Regarding to the introduction, the didactic unit, the wall between the walls, fits in the block C's of contents of the matter of history of the contemporary world. It's studied in the first course of Bachillerato. We have 4 sessions each week, and each session 55 minutes approximately. We need 6 sessions for develop this didactic unit, so 1 week and a half it will be enough. We can understand the interdisciplinarity of this didactic unit if we take into account the bilingual itinerary of the course and the Bachillerato of arts. The next point is the organization of the didactic unit around the 4 C's. We had to develop this activity in the activities 5 of our subject, and I consider that it's a useful way to organize the didactic unit. Well, with respect to the teaching objectives, I must say that are related to the teacher perspective. What do I expect as a teacher from the students? I have designed general word, for example, related to the history. The students recognize the wall between the walls period as a key turning point of the contemporary history worldwide. Why? Introduction of fascism, articulation of the Soviet state, crack of 29, related to the art. The students are able to turn the artistic manifestations of the moment into a prism from which to interpret the society of the moment. And finally, related to the literacy, the students develop a language of describing, defining, explaining, comparing, contrasting, asking, and answering. As we can see, I have designed a general word for the didactic unit, but also I have designed a specific word for each session. We can see it if we read my activity 6 of CLIL. With respect to the learning objectives, I I can say, and I must say, that the learning objectives are focused on the learner, and I can do. I have designed learning objectives for each session, and here we can see different examples related to the art. I can explain the principles of Russian constructivism from the Monument to the Third International by CLIL. Related to history, I can make chronological ages that includes the most relevant aspects of the Russian revolutionary process of 1970 in order to better understand its development. And related to the literacy, I can build a PowerPoint or presentation and explain the content. The next step is the Commons Quadrant. I must say that my work it's based on the Commons Quadrant. We know that humans differentiated between bigs and calp, and between context embedded and context reduced for the development of the tasks. He also distinguishes between undemanding, cognitively undemanding tasks and cognitively demanding tasks for the designing of tasks. I have worked a lot because it's a hard work. It's a really hard work, but I have designed my task for each session from Commons Quadrant. Here we can read an example within a quadrant, brainstorming, for example, about Nazism, fascism, etc. In this quadrant, also reading the map, nation that succumbed to fascist or proto-fascist governments in Europe and those that did not. And finally, determine the keywords that we will use in the unit and that will be part of the unit squid. In C, within C quadrant, speak about the main features of Nazism and European fascism for a list of words, and analysis of a video of a speech by Hitler subtitled in English about his idea of Germany. Within B quadrant, the Museum of Persecuted, that's a mission task. Make a presentation in PowerPoint. It refers to make a presentation in PowerPoint or Prezi, very brief, about the artist represented by fascism and Nazism through these works, these artworks. And finally, in D quadrant, research report about Spanish fascism. Finally, the assessment of the didactic unit. I must say that I assess both content and language, although I focus my attention in content, as CLIL methodology says. I want to develop. Formative assessment and as an assessment that previous consideration of wealth and wealth. The tools that I have used: mind maps, chronological lists, exam, commentary of tests, graphics, works of art, oral presentations, research reports, and also I have designed self-assessment tasks, like for example study diary, self-assessment vlog, and portfolio. Also, peer assessment tools like blog, wiki, and questionnaires.